Condition yourself?
Condition?
Like, you know,
Yeah, like just
set yourself.
just go 2.5 hours,
mindset?
just scream and play guitar, just like in my room, just sit in an empty room and scream. Yeah, I did that a few times. Got put in a mental institution for that. Only about 6 years in there. No, I'm just kidding. It was actually 8 years in the mental institution. That was back when I was 15. No, not 15. That was when I was 7. I got out when I was 15. Next year started the Turtles, you know. So
You weren't crazy after all.
I was crazy. The Turtles are crazy. That's what we're built on, you know. We're built on being crazy.
That's why you spelled your name incorrectly?
No, we did that by accident, actually. Yeah, the person who decided our band name was illiterate, so he wrote the S backwards. And,
that's just that is a stupid way to get a band name.
it's a good way to get a band name, you know.
No, it is not.
Well, okay. Let me say so.
Okay. Yeah, so
Played lead guitar. McFiver played the rhythm guitar, but he wrote all the lead parts, and I wrote all the rhythm parts. So.
Okay then.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense, I know, but that's just how we did it back then. I mean, we were the only band who did it that way, but...
So, I have been catching up on your music, and I've heard that, your most acclaimed album was, Crocodiles of Love.
Oh, yes, the Crocodiles of Love, that's a good one, you know, yeah, that was definitely not a best album, definitely not a worst.
Had multiple bassists in your band's career. Who was with you at the time of the recording?
Of what song, The Monkees or just Crocodiles of Love?
Crocodiles, like...
Crocodiles of Love would have been, see, that would have been Lee Greshel, you know, no, not Lee Greshel. Lee Greshel was our bassist before Crocodiles of Love, and we hired him about 2 days before we started recording. Next day we get news that he overdosed on heroin, so...
that happened. So who did you bring in for the second?
We brought in Jimmy Scrant, you know. He's a good bassist. He played all of Crocodiles of Love with us. But day after we released the album, we were actually hanging out in the jungle, and the monkeys come in and they cause their trouble and shoot him in the head, and he dies. We get to see his blood splatter out onto the floor in front of us. So.
You have a dark history with bassists?
You could say that. I could see where that sentence might come from. But I think the way our bassists have been lost has all been pretty natural, you know. This is what,
getting shot in the head and over.
Well, maybe not
heroin.
Either. Maybe okay, that's true. But
they're not okay. So, did you ever have any problems with your fans? Like,
the fans. Well, there was one. I remember one very well. This was our biggest problem. We were down in Indonesia for a gig, and played our gig, and we were about to go home, actually. It was the last stop on the tour. We go into the airport, and riot ensues. I mean, there's just a bunch of Indonesians who don't like our songs, don't like our message or whatever.
What was exactly your message?
We didn't have a message. We were just playing music for the fun of it, you know.
Okay.
So I guess they found one, but, you know, they always find something. So yeah, and there was just a riot ensued. We were looking around for cops or army men who could help us out, but all the cops were on their side. So our bassist at the time there would have been Fox. That was just his name. His name was Fox, and he was fighting, and he got punched pretty badly. I got punched in the face, but he went down. We fell asleep on the plane, left him out there. We couldn't take off or anything. There were just people holding onto the wheels of our plane. So. You know.
It's crazy.
So we brought him on the plane the next morning, and he was still alive. He was in the sick bay of the plane, which was let's see.
It was a sick bay.
There was a sick bay on the plane. Sick bay on all planes, really, if you think about it. I mean, it's not something you can easily see, but it's definitely there. When how does someone get sick, you know? So the plane was like, it was just a regular plane. We were it was smaller than a regular plane because it was just us and our managers and some reporters.
So that's why it has sick bay.
Well, no. Even regular commercial planes these days have sick bays.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
I've never seen
one.
one.
So the first floor, I guess, is what you would call it. No, the second floor, I guess, is what you would call it.
2 floors.
All planes have 2 floors.
Oh well, yeah.
You have the seating floor and the cargo floor, and sickbay is on the cargo floor. So we were all on the seating floor, but Fox is down on the cargo floor, and someone must have messed something up with the latch. His bed just goes sliding out the cargo, the open doors in the cargo, and that's it for Fox. We never found his body. Couldn't give him a proper burial. He just went flying right out. There were cameras on the plane. We could all see it happen.
Wow! Oh God, that is horrible. So your newest album was titled what?
The newest album. Let's see. My newest album or the Turtles' newest album?
Oh, I didn't know there's difference. Sorry.
No, I don't recall with the Turtles anymore.
Oh, I did not know that. So.
No, I'm just kidding. The newest Turtles album is called Table. That's it. Table.
So who's your bassist for that?
We didn't have a bassist. I mean, me and Tommy, and actually Johnny as well. We all know how to play bass, but we normally what we did when we didn't have a bassist was we would just record onto a little cassette tape and plop it in, have that as a bass track. So that's what we record for the newest album.
So wait, who was your most recent bassist? Was it Fox?
I don't know. There's one after that. His name was Merv Packin, and Merv was our bassist for about 2.5 years. He started right after Fox. What
albums did he record with you guys?
He recorded he recorded the books. He recorded the books, and he recorded the Drying Towel. So those were our 2 albums that he recorded. He was very good on them too, and he played with us live. He's probably our favorite bassist. No offense to the memories of Fox.
Well, what happened to him?
Well, things happen. Things happen. Well, we were all on the street one day. This was probably late 70s, early 80s. So we just all on the street one day, all 4 of us, me, Tommy, Johnny, and Merv. And someone shouts, "Oh, look, it's the Eagles!" And we were avid fans of the Eagles at the time, Hotel California and that. So we turned around, but it wasn't the band the Eagles, it was actual bald eagles, and they come by and they swoop up Merv and they ate him. We found parts of his body all over Liverpool that week. So that's how Merv Packin died, And I wrote a song for him, actually. Yeah, I'll play it for you. Welcome to the Hotel California.
So, aren't you worried about plagiarism here?
Well, I was plagiarized when they took my bassist and ate them, so I feel like I have free rights to plagiarize them as well.
So, Cookies and Crocodile's Love are widely regarded as your best parts of the hit things, but what do you think your best song was?
The best song I wrote, what was it called? I don't even remember. I just remember chords and lyrics these days. It was called Undie, Undie, so it was a quieter song until the end. It really picked up, but here's how it goes. And there we go. Pretty heavy, No lyrics on that one, except for just me screaming the F word. And other than that, no lyrics on that one.
It's an art form.
It's not an art form. That was the worst song I've ever written.
But why do you say it was your best?
Well, because it sounds cool, The fans always love it. They like marching to it, We just go, we're like some 40, 50-year-old dudes, and we're just playing some heavy metal, so... Have you ever seen a 40, 50-year-old dude like us play heavy metal? No, you haven't, not until now, I guess.
Nope. So, what do you think of your career? What do you think you could have done better?
Well, I mean, you can see the place I'm living in right now, so obviously I could have done something better. You know, write more stuff like the Crocodiles of Love, write more songs like the Monkeys, you know. And that'll get us better, you know. There's a song I've been working on for the new album. No name for the new album yet, thank Jesus. But here's how it goes.
Thank Jesus isn't actually that bad of a name.
Yeah! That's the entire song.
Okay.
That's it. Just those like 15 seconds I just play for you. That's it. That's all you get, you know. You get what you choose and you pick what you lose, you know.
So I understand that a lot of merchandise has been sold in your name.
Well, yeah, a lot of merchandise, you know. We licensed it early, got a lot of money from that. And then we got sued for stealing other merchandise. So, like, if you can hand me that tin right there. Take the dead bird out of it, please. I know it may smell bad, but it's like this one, you see. This one was very obviously copyrighted. We didn't even switch the S to a Z on this one, you know. This is when we were going through a more serious phase. We were trying to be the Turtles, not the Turtles. So, didn't work too well. We got sued, lost all of our money. They made all of it. They still make money off these things. Here, can you hand me that plushie one?
So I'm taking to understand this was like a monkey from
Yeah,
the
it's just for the Monkeys, you know. But it didn't really make any sense because there was a band called the Monkeys at the time, so people thought they were buying a plushie for their band because it just said it was like the tag just said the Monkeys on it, and everyone thought it was for the Monkeys. So no one really liked the Monkeys back then, so they didn't purchase it. We didn't make any money off this actually. We all lost money. We got $200K each on making that stupid plushie. Here's the one for Crocodiles of Love. This one was actually a huge seller, you know. But something happened where they would explode if you held them for too long. So this is one of the last ones left, and it doesn't have that defect on it, you know. I don't know what happened, but this one sold a lot until we got sued for, you know, all the people who died from the exploding crocodiles. So, yeah.
So, more about the songwriting process. How did you figure each person's part into a different part that was, you know?
Well, you know what, it was easy, you know, because I was writing 2 lines, and then really all what's his name, Tommy had to do was just had to go like this. He just had to play the power chords of whatever note I was playing. So if I was hitting him with one of these, he could just go like this. And the bass lines I was also writing, and for that song, I guess it would be more of a... And the drum lines, Johnny just wrote those, so... I mean, it was pretty easy, the songwriting process for the Turtles.
So, I've heard there's been a Turtles rock band released.
No.
Really?
Unofficially, yes. Officially, no. There's a Turtles rock band. We created it, collaborated with Rock Band, but it didn't sell anything, so Rock Band disenfranchised it and said that it never existed. There's only probably about 3 copies of it left in the world. I own one of them, Johnny owns one of them, and I don't even know who owns the last one. probably some avid collector of Turtles merchandise. You might have one of those last Crocs as well.
So, what was the touring life about?
Well, the touring life was about three things, you know? Three things, you know? Three things. Three
What
big
were
ones.
those three things?
Sleep, music, and coffee. And, you know,
Coffee.
yeah, and a lot of people say drugs, booze. We didn't do any of that, you know? We actually played 2 shows a day at the beginning. And the end. And the middle, actually.
That is crazy, and I could not imagine doing that.
Sometimes we played 3 or 4 shows a day. I mean, first show would be probably about 9 a.m. in a coffee house. We play acoustic.
I spent around 5 years making every documentary I do. I could not imagine continually. I wake up 6 o'clock and go to bed at like 10, but probably usually later than 10. But I could never, ever imagine doing that.
What we do is we got around 9 a.m. We would get to the coffee shop, whatever the local coffee shop was. We used to have contests actually that we would run, and people would get to choose the coffee shop they wanted. And we always said we would never do something like Starbucks or Crazy Mocha or something that was like a chain. It's not really fair to, you know, anyone, because then Starbucks is making money, and Starbucks has enough money, you know. So we did the smaller ones. We got people to vote on them each city we went to, and we would do about 2.5 hour set in the morning, all acoustic. We normally played all of Crocodiles of Love, you know. That was, except for in our hometown, it's the only place where we in Liverpool, we would play anything. In Liverpool, we did 2 5-hour shows in one day.
Did you just take requests? Have you ever done a concert where you were just so tired, so bummed out, that you just asked people to yell a song from the crowd and you would play it?
Yeah, we did that in the Liverpool shows, you know. All of our Liverpool shows. There's footage of those. You should put that at the end of this. Those are some good shows. And people would just say things, and we'd play them, you know. But after we were done with the coffee shop show, that would be probably finish up at around 12. Get all stuff packed up into our van. We lived in a van, you know. Never got a hotel in our 8 years of touring. First 8 years.
I've heard of some sort of like thing that you would. No, sorry. I got.
In the first 8 years, at least. Then we took a break for a few years, and we came back, and we were a lot more civilized the second time around. But the first time around, we were playing as many shows as we could, get as much money as we could, you know. So first time around, yeah. After we were done 12, you sleep till 6. You go out to the arena, and you play another show, and that one's probably about 2.5 hours as well.
Pretty crazy.
So every day we were playing about 5 hours of music a day.
That is a crazy lifestyle.
It was pretty crazy, and I'm surprised none of us got hooked on any drugs that time.
So, what kind of preparations would you bring to a concert? Like, obviously something to hydrate you, something for you.
No, we didn't do hydration back then. You know. We'd hydrate before the show and after the show, never during the show.
Really? No water bottles
No
on
water
stage?
bottles, you know, and that was hard for us, because we had a lot of screaming.
And how do you work up the energy to go
Cocaine.
2.5 hours? To go 2.5 hours screaming into a microphone, playing a guitar.
It's right in between. But it was a big chart topper, you know. number 1 in the UK. All the singles hit number 1. That was our big one, you know. Every band has a big one. Beatles, all of them were big ones.
I've also heard a lot of praise for the Monkees on that album. The
Monkees is a good one, you know. Here, let me play a snippet of that one. The Monkees coming down to the jungle. They cause a lot of trouble.
So, that was just more of a fun song. There was nothing behind the lyrics.
Well, actually, no, it wasn't. There was a gang we called the Monkees in a bar we used to frequent, which was called the Jungle. So that one was a very literal song, you know.
Really?
Very literal. It's literally about monkeys causing trouble in the jungle. So,
I've heard that you.
My name is Ricky McIsle. This is Tommy McFiver. And that is Johnny McGill. This is our last song for the night. This one, you may have heard of it before. It's called The Monkees. Not the band The Monkees, the song The Monkey from Game. Right. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Glass of wine, they made us classy. They cooked everything from the jungle and made me want to scream. There, the monkey, the monkey. Causing trouble down in the jungle now. I found them killing a dog. I found them mid-snog with the hog. Why do they who are they? They are the monkeys. The monkeys, 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 they are the monkeys. They are the monkeys. The monkeys, they are the monkeys. Sing and fight and they shout and they want everyone to get out. They are the monkeys. They're the monkeys, the monkeys, the monkeys. They are the monkeys. Thank you everyone. We're the Turtlez with a Z and we will see you next time. Let's give it up for Tommy McFiver and Johnny McGill.